Germany, France back 21% global minimum corporate tax proposal. Ministers.
Here's a summary of the article.
Germany and France voiced support for a call from the United States to impose a global minimum corporate tax of 21%, the finance ministers of the two European giants said in an interview published Tuesday. If the rate suggested by Washington is the outcome of negotiations, then we would also agree to it, French Finance Minister Bruno Le Maire told Die Zeit Weekly. Germany's Finance Minister Olaf Scholz added that he had nothing against the U.S. suggestion.
This post received a score of 7,100, with an upvote ratio of 96%. Here are the top comments in response to this article.
The article tells me nearly nothing.
These days the headline is the article. This is a very needed move.
It's complicated because a lot of countries would have trouble justifying that rate. In the US, where you get a fairly significant infrastructure in exchange for doing business, higher tax rates maintain the status quo. The taxes pay for the education of the people who will be working for you and be your customers, roads to transport goods, courts to uphold contracts, etc. In a poorer country, with an uneducated population and not much infrastructure, that rate may discourage investment, further undermining development of infrastructure.
Isn't that kind of the point? Investment to date has meant a lot of pollution, pillaging of natural resources, and zero infrastructure investment. And #X200B, this law would ensure if a company wants to set up shop in a third world country and start extracting natural resources, the country actually gets something in return beyond some temporary jobs at slave wages and long-term environment destruction.
If you tell them they must charge some high tax rate, then you're making those workers less competitive and, by extension, may cause job loss. If those two stores called each other up and made a deal so that they won't sell products for less than some price, then that's illegal under antitrust laws. If Germany and France want to have a tax on goods that pass through a tax haven, then let them do that, but to try to tell other countries to have a tax rate floor is not good policy both in principle and practice. I say it's not good in practice because how are they going to get Ireland to go along? Hey Ireland, wouldn't you like to get 21% of nothing instead of 12.5% of a lot? Not a compelling argument.
Tax havens in shambles.
This will just send more international companies to tax havens.
With a wide enough adoption rate, there would be global consensus to apply pressure to uncooperative tax haven nations, possibly including tariffs and sanctions that would make their obstinance highly unprofitable. I can't say if that's realistic or not, but it's at least plausible in theory.
I've always thought there needs to be a massive multilateral tax policy on corporations so they can't just find a cheapest country alternative. Would be difficult to get a lot of countries in on it, but every developed nation seems to be in favor of taxing the uber-rich but are afraid of the economic repercussions of having said rich just go to a cheaper alternative.
This video was automatically created by Reddit to speech. The article and comments in this video were selected from Reddit according to their upvotes, and any paraphrasing was performed by smmry.com, without any human intervention.